আজ বৈশাখী পূর্ণিমা। এই পুণ্যতিথিতে আবির্ভাব হলো এমন এক মানবের, যার বুদ্ধত্ব প্রাপ্তি ও মহানির্বাণ ঘটল একই দিনে। তিনি হলেন অমিতাভ, যিনি জয় করেছিলেন জরা ব্যাধি মৃত্যুকে। পরিত্যাগ করেছিলেন বিশাল সাম্রাজ্য, স্ত্রী, সদ্যজাত পুত্র ও পিতাকে। ভিক্ষু জীবন যার, তিনি হলেন রাজার রাজা। সেই রাজা যিনি রাজগৃহ ত্যাগ করে জীর্ণ কুটিরই পছন্দ করেন। পঞ্চশীল যার মূল মন্ত্র, যিনি বলেন অহংকার করো না, অহংকার সত্যকে গ্রহণ করতে দেয় না, আর নিজের মনকে যে কোনো পরিস্থিতিতে শান্ত করতে শেখো। আজ এই অস্থির পরিস্থিতিতে সমস্ত পৃথিবীবাসীর কাছে বুদ্ধের জীবন এবং বাণী অবশ্যই গ্রহণীয়।
India's biggest contribution to the whole world and the whole humanity is Buddha. On the auspicious occasion of Buddha Purnima, I will share some ideas, some values, some philosophy which the Buddha has taught me. So, what is the idea of Buddha according to me? How I understand it? So, I will say in Hindi, बुद्धि होता है सबके पास। अगर बुद्धि को हम कमा दें तो हम बुद्धू बनेंगे, और अगर हम बुद्धि को बढ़ा दें तो हम बुद्धा बनेंगे। In English, it's like if we expand our mind, we can become Buddha. If we contract our mind, we can be a Buddhu. A very simple concept about the idea of Buddha. So it's all about awakening. It's all about expanding. It's all about enlightening your mind. That is the idea of Buddha only. And he gave the idea that why there is suffering in the society, why there is dukkha in the society. He said it is due to tanha, like it's a Prakrit word. So it's like if you are having desire in your body, in your mind, it can lead to suffering. Or you can have greed in your mind, it can lead to suffering. So this is the concept which the Buddha gave. And how can you expand the mind? That is the most important concept. And it can be through education, it can be through knowledge, it can be through awareness. So there is a quote which says, everything, your mind is everything, what you think you become. So your mind is actually everything. The way you think, you will become like that. Another quote which always motivates me is that your life is like a book, and in some chapter you will find happiness, in some chapter you will find sadness, in some chapter you will find excitement. So until and unless if you don't turn up the pages, how can you know what is coming to your way? So life is like that. Sometimes we can be happy, sometimes we can be sad, sometimes we can be excited, we can have a lot of excitement. So we need to respect and accept what is coming to our way. That's what I understand about the idea of Buddha. Thank you.
Focus on the hurt, you will continue to suffer. If you focus on the lesson, you will continue to grow. Hello everyone, Nishat here. I'm in college right now, pursuing my second year. I hope everyone is doing well in these tough times, and I would like to appreciate the efforts you are putting to overcome it. In this era, many have suffered from anxiety, depression, which has led, in most cases, to the death of them. According to me, if we want to fight it, this is where the teachings of Buddha come into the picture. Before dwelling into that, firstly, I would brief you about the life of Buddha in a nutshell. Siddhartha Gautama was born to King Suddhodana and Maya Devi in 623 BC at Lumbini, now in Nepal. He lost his mother when he was 7 days old and was raised by his aunt, Mahaprajapati Gautami. Siddhartha would become a great king or a great saint was predicted by many philosophers. To protect his son from the sorrows of the real world and to prevent him from becoming a saint, his father didn't let Siddhartha out of the four walls of the palace. He was trained to become a great king and was married to a beautiful woman, Yashodhara, who gave birth to his son, Rahula. Ultimately, Suddhodana couldn't keep Siddhartha inside the four walls of the palace. Siddhartha rode off on his horse and went out of the palace for a tour of the happy kingdom, which would soon be his. Till now, he had never stepped into the real world. On the tour, he came across an old man, an ill person, a funeral of the dead. he became aware of the various sufferings of life that he never knew existed. To find out the real truth of life, he went out of the palace, left the luxuries and family behind, and became a saint. With the guidance of many saints, Siddhartha gained knowledge, but his only question wasn't answered. Later one day, sitting under a peepal tree, Siddhartha was enlightened by the universe about the truth of life, and from then on, he was known as Buddha, the one with wisdom. In Buddhism, the main goal is the end of suffering. I quote, "Pain is inevitable, suffering is optional." People who are mentally suffering from anxiety, depression, loneliness, their first reaction to this destructive emotion is trying to fight it or deny it. But teachings of Buddha are geared towards acceptance. Fighting it will only worsen it because you are resisting something which already exists. In today's world, people are worried about how many followers they get on social media. Will the other people who hardly affect their daily lives will accept them or not? People have lost the track of how to find inner peace. The great mistake that we make as human beings that we are easily fooled by the mind. We believe that the mind is a huge fabricator of fantasies. It creates its own problems because it likes to solve it. But what about the problems which don't have a solution? This is the root cause of mental suffering. Most of the times our mind is not our friend, and we should not believe everything our mind presents us, especially when we are surrounded by negativity. A simple but effective lesson by the Buddhist is that worrying is pointless. The 8th century Buddhist monk named Shantideva says, and I quote, "If the problem can be solved, why worry? If the problem cannot be solved, worrying will be no good." Thank you.
Hello all, I hope you are doing well. I wish for your good health and safety. Myself Sankit, and I am wishing you all a happy Buddha Purnima, happy Buddha Jayanti. On the occasion of Buddha Jayanti, I am going to tell you about Buddhism. So what is Buddhism? Buddhism is a faith that was founded by Siddhartha Gautama before 2500 years ago in India. With about 470 million followers, scholars consider Buddhism one of major world religions. Its practice has historically been most prominent in East and Southeast Asia, but its influence is growing in the West. Many Buddhist ideas and philosophies overlap with those of other faiths. Followers of Buddhism don't acknowledge a supreme god or deity. They instead focus on achieving enlightenment. A state of enlightenment is a state of inner peace and wisdom. When followers reach this spiritual stage, they are said to have experienced nirvana. Okay. The other important thing I would like to tell you that the religion's founder Buddha is considered an extraordinary man, but not a god. The word Buddha means enlightened. Okay. The path to enlightenment is attained by utilizing morality, meditation, and wisdom. Buddhists often meditate because they believe this meditation will help to awaken of truth. The ethical code of Buddhism was also simpler, which is based on charity and purity, self-sacrifice, and truthfulness, and also it also helped to control over passions. It also laid a great emphasis on love, equality, on non-violence. Belief system influence how we live our lives, treat others, and how should only influence humankind positively. Last thing is Buddhism place importance on personal spiritual development. They study the meaning of life, inner peace, and elimination of suffering. So thank you so much all, and Namo Buddhaya.
Hello friends, I am Lisa, and today I'm going to talk about Lord Buddha and how his teachings inspired people to live a happy and positive life. So, I would like to share one of his quotes, that is, don't compare yourselves to others. There is no comparison between sun and moon, they shine at their time. So, this gives a very important message to all of us. That is, we should not compare our life to others because we all have different lives. We all have different destinations and we cannot reach to different destinations through one particular path. So we should not follow what others are doing. We all have our unique journey and we should concentrate on that. I would like to share another quote of Lord Buddha, that is, our life is like a book. Some chapters are good, some bad, some happy, and some exciting. But if we never turn the page, we will never know what the next chapter holds. Another beautiful line explains the true meaning and depth of life. If we are stuck at one place, we will not be able to move forward in our life. We should have the power to control our emotions like sadness, happiness, and excitement in order to move forward in our life. Lord Buddha's teachings are very motivating and positive thought provoking, which has helped many people in their lives, including me. So, if we follow his path, then we will be able to find a peaceful, tranquil, and positive life.